All right. We are live. Let's get this going.
Recording in progress. Recording stopped.
All right. And turn that guy on. We're going to add. Let's see here. Zoom. Perfect. All right. There we go. There we go. All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy Wednesday here. We are back with another episode of our coaching program. We're here for you guys. We're doing a new thing here. We're testing out some live capabilities, right? We're always experimenting. We're always trying to push the boundaries of what technology is available, testing different strategies and things like that. And the zeitgeist is sort of acknowledging that there's a big push again for live. So if you guys are looking to create content for lead gen, top of mind marketing, right? SEO, it's always advised to try to get the most out of every effort, right? So when you, actually there, let me resume recording.
Recording in progress.
So sorry, we're double recording here. We always practice what we preach. And one of the things that we often train and talk about, guys, is the cascade method, the waterfall method, where you can create and start with one piece of long form content and then repurpose that into short form, into live clips like this is going to be happening now. So one piece of content that you plan and organize can then be used to power up several other different pieces and channels of content. So in fact, this one video is being streamed live to a few different platforms. Everything takes effort though, right? You got to build up bandwidth as you are, or build following and stuff. It takes consistency though, right? It doesn't happen overnight. And so I want to make sure that you guys don't expect a lightning to strike on the first one, right? We have to make sure that you're following the best practices, the guidelines, titles, SEO topics. So when you're creating content, it has a good chance to stick. And in fact, we've addressed this several times. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to share the screen, screen 2. There we go. And in that screen, guys, we are going to see, let me see here, remove, add to stage. Okay, perfect. So this is the thing I wanted to show you guys. We have a lot of training that we've done for you guys in the past here related to everything I'm talking about now. Your SEO strategies. How do you pick what topics you should be doing for SEO, right? Your niche. Have you selected a niche in your real estate business? All these different little trainings that lead ultimately to where we're talking about next, which is content creation, right? If you are tired of being beholden to Zillow or these pay-per-lead services, you're tired of trying to door knock, and you want a strategy that is long-term. Content creation is one of those plans, one of those strategies that can pay dividends, right? In the long term, every piece of content you create, as long as you're doing it intelligently with a strategy, pays dividends. It's an investment in a long term. Every lead that you pay for from Zillow is not that, right? Potentially, if you get a client, they can become a repeat client or referral, potentially. But when you're building your own audience on social, on YouTube, whatever, email newsletters, example, those are the long term. That's the investment in your own data. And so one of the things, guys, here, this last end of year last year, we did a really big a big lesson, a cohort of lessons on things that we need to take away from this previous year. This shift from first party to third party to first party data, extremely important for you guys to be aware of. That's what I was just talking about. The first party, meaning you own it. The third party, meaning you're renting or buying leads from Zillow and have no ownership, right? And there's no longevity in that. As soon as they change policy or price, you're again, beholden, sort of enslaved to their changes. Where if we're doing our own thing, you're feeding yourself, right? Teach a man to fish sort of expression. So this showcase, I want you to know that every lesson we record, guys, is sort of compounding upon this same strategy. And it's going to be here available for you on demand at any time. There's actually a lot more here. There's probably like 25 or more of these sessions that we've done. So we'll finish adding the rest of the curation of this list. There's several of these sessions as well, as guys. We do coaching several times a week, like 8 or more times. There's the daily live, the real estate coaching you guys are in now, the founder coaching we do for general business, and then of course our partner program where we help people earn through our Dubb partner program. So all of those are available to you. We have these live sessions 8 times a week, and the important ones will be recorded in these showcases for you guys to consume the information at any point that you want. And you're also able to participate in these sessions anytime that you want. You can shoot an email. There's a form connected to any one of these sessions where we're happy to have you come and participate. So whether you're joining in the live or you're joining through the Zoom, we prefer that you come into the Zoom. Eventually register for the Zoom so you can come and have the chat and the Q&A. The lives don't have all those same opportunities. So if you're watching from Facebook or LinkedIn or another channel, we highly recommend you come register through the Zoom event so that you can come chat and have a saved seat in the event. So between the open mics, the direct conversations, the showcases with all the previous lessons there, you guys have plenty to sink your teeth into when you're ready to learn. It takes a mindset though, right, guys? It really does take a mindset to be a student, to continuously learn. If you were sleeping under a rock for the last year, the world has completely changed, right? And the year before that, right? Email changed and AI changed everything. And then social media is constantly changing. So if you're not paying attention, you don't have that forever student mindset, you're really selling yourself short and you're going to be left behind very quickly in this world that we're living in. It's faster paced than ever before. So that's what we're here for, to provide the training, the expert insight and strategy to help you guys avoid the long homework assignments and trying to distill all this stuff down for yourself. You can come catch the highlights and the home runs here in these trainings. So that is the overall. You guys can come check out this pre-recorded training at any time. And then in today's session, guys, what I want to do is I am going to, let me see, I'm going to stop my Zoom share. Yeah. I'm going to show you guys a strategy that we've recently developed for creating super high quality content from your desktop, right? You guys may not know this actually. Here, let me share this part as well. One more thing I want to show. You may or may not be aware of this, but there is a tremendous difference between your front camera and your rear camera, right? So I just pulled this search up quickly so you can see on like a modern iPhone, right? The back camera, three to four times the megapixel quality, right? It has zooms, it has the 60 FPS, it has every single indication of how you measure camera quality. The back end camera is much better, right? So if you have the choice, hey, do you want to use this lower quality camera and have a lower quality content, or do you want to use the higher quality camera and generate higher quality content? It's almost like a no-brainer. Now, the only reason that is a little bit frustrating, guys, let's be real. It's difficult to look into this rear-facing camera and record, right? Because you don't necessarily know what you're looking at or what you're recording or what you're seeing. You also don't have access to that built-in teleprompter we have on the mobile apps, right? So I'm here to show you guys a couple workarounds where you can take advantage of your best cameras, of the best tech all at once. I want to start with an update as well. Android and iPhone, guys, the voice-activated teleprompter on the mobile app is live. It's completely live and ready to go. And it's perfect for real estate when you're out in the field. If you're at a property, you're at you're touring the neighborhood, right? You're doing something out in the field like you should be to educate your market, stay top of mind with your audience. Listings, brokers opens, all these opportunities to come get valuable video footage, showing you're an expert, showing you have your finger on the pulse of the market and putting it out there. But let's not just put garbage out there, right? You want to put a higher quality of content. So this is how you're going to do it from your mobile. And the reason I'm showing this is just to reiterate the teleprompter piece I'm going to show you on desktop, as well as now on iPhone and Android, voice activation on all of those. So here's how the voice teleprompter works. I'm going to press record. This is a really cool thing for real estate as well. We built it specifically for you guys, is the picture-in-picture feature, right? So now I can be showing the property with my rear-facing camera while at the same time, I am the bubble in the front-facing camera. So we can do front, or, the property can be in the background, you can be here, or vice versa. So that's the first thing. Is picture in picture is a very nice addition for when you're in the field. The teleprompter now, right here, click the button. It's going to open the teleprompter. I'm going to shut off my picture in picture here 1 second. So we're going to open the teleprompter, and then we're going to select a script. And the reason I like this one the best, guys, is because it's good for iPhone and Android now, and it's going to listen to your voice. So you can speak at the speed that you would actually normally speak. You don't have to try to hurry up and keep up with the teleprompter, faster or slower or whatever. You can just speak very naturally, passively. You can pause and say, wow, look at that backyard. What a view. And show it. And then pick up back on your script. And it's going to take that pause just like this. Go. Once upon a time, there was a man named John. John had just gotten married and was enjoying his new life with his beautiful wife, Emily. So you can see Emily only lit up after the pause. So that's exactly how these teleprompters are going to work, guys. You speak at your own speed, your own comfort level, from an iPhone, from an Android, with the picture in picture turned on if you're in a property. So that is the only update really there, guys, is making sure you're aware of the picture in picture and making sure you know the teleprompter voice activation is working on all devices. Now, I'm going to shift gears really quick here because what I just talked about is out in the field, but a lot of us have desks. A lot of us work from a desk. A lot of us have a desktop setup and feel comfortable there. And so I want to expand the instruction here. Let's say if you guys want to do everything that I was just describing, you want to take advantage of your rear facing camera, clean your lens, right? It's because the quality is 3 to 4x what your front camera is. So you want to take advantage of that, but you also want to use the teleprompter. Maybe you're doing a market update or something about a property, and there's all these amenities and years and just stuff that you don't have to memorize, and you don't have to memorize it using exactly what I'm about to show you. So I'm going to use this camera. We're going to shift gears a little bit. I'm going to change my live video here to my iPhone. And now you guys are going to see my setup. So here's the setup that I'm going to actually show you guys specifically as well. What I want to show is this thing here. So I have my other phone there because I'm using this one to show you. But the idea is you can see it's my rear facing camera that's facing me. And what else you'll notice right above it is the teleprompter. And you're going to see that I've made it the size and shape of my phone. And the font, I have good eyes, so I can see that really small font. Make it your own size, make where you can read it. The idea though now is you can see the font is literally as close to the camera as we can possibly get it, the rear facing camera that is. And from this distance, your eye line is going to look basically indistinguishable that you're looking at the text or looking at the camera. If you're really, really close to it, right, then it's going to be easier to tell. But from an arm's distance or so like this, it's almost impossible to tell that you're going to be reading from that teleprompter. It's going to look like you're looking at the lens. And the other thing from this is you have the benefit of, here, let me switch my cameras. You have the benefit of getting that high-end, back-end camera quality with the perfect teleprompter right over your lens so that it looks like exactly, you know what you're talking about. And you don't have to guess and you don't have to sort of flub. I will say though, guys, even with the teleprompter, it takes a little bit of practice, right? You don't want to read from a teleprompter as though you're reading like, hi, I'm reading these letters and I have zero inflection or tonality or change in my pace or anything because I'm just reading. That's obviously not what you should do, right? And then instead we would take the approach of, I'm going to read through this script one time and see this closing sequence has made me millions. Like I know that I'm going to say millions, so I'm going to inflect or emphasize the word millions, right? That is what I'm going to recommend anytime you guys are using a script. A teleprompter script requires you to rehearse it, right? Go over it once before. Don't just AI develop it and then throw it straight in and try to read it. If you're really, really good at improv or something, you could probably get away with that. For most of us that aren't classically trained improv actors or teleprompter readers, I will advise to dry run, right? Read through it a whole time once or twice and make sure, okay, the words aren't weird. The spacing isn't awkward. I know where to add some of my own flavor and personality to this script that I didn't even write myself. Highly, highly recommended to doing that. Just like when you write something with AI, you're supposed to review that, right? You're not supposed to just throw it out directly. Times are changing and AI is getting smarter. So maybe less review is happening and it's like making less mistakes, but it is still making mistakes. And especially with a teleprompter reading, that's the human error we're counting on, right? We're counting on you to add those personal moments. so that you're not just reading from a thing like this and it sounds like that. Avoid that, guys. I would say that would hurt you more than help you, right? Because someone's going to watch that and say, oh man, this person's really uncomfortable or seems unprepared or seems like they shouldn't be doing this or something like that, right? That's not the impression you ever want to come across. And that's why we're talking about using a script to be prepared, to stay concise, to say exactly what you need, using the high-end camera that we all have built in our devices to present ourselves in our best light, right? Your best foot forward. A lot of the times we have first impressions only once. And if you had a choice of, do I want to put in 12 megapixels of quality or 48? And if the only difference is this, right? It's a 180-degree difference. It seems like it's worth the effort. But I will say it takes a little bit of setup, right? Understanding how you're going to best set up your technology. Do you need the teleprompter? Do you want the back-facing camera? Then you'll need to do something like what I just showed you here, where you've set up the desktop teleprompter around the camera. Now, that's not the only option, guys. There's also a whole mirror setup, right? You can do the same exact thing, except you put the phone, like if you have a mirror, even a little vanity mirror or a full mirror, get your phone on the tripod. And so your camera and your teleprompter, it's going to be facing the mirror though. So the camera is facing you and you're reading it from the mirror. That would be another way to do without the use of a second screen, but it does require a mirror. So essentially some form of second screen. The idea is, guys, is taking advantage of that and the teleprompter at the same time. It's not historically easy. This isn't actually an alternative, right, to a multi-thousands of dollars setup, right? Because if you, or typically at least hundreds, you have a nice fancy DSLR camera, right? Historically with those, unless you have an extra monitor, you turn the monitor around and then you can see yourself while you're recording. So that is a replacement of a fancy DSLR camera in the hundreds or thousands of dollars, essentially. The other piece is a professional teleprompter, right? Where the camera is sort of behind the thing. So it looks like your eye line is perfect. That's usually in the hundreds of dollars. So the idea with this is, could you have a more technical, expensive setup with the original equipment, right? Like a newscaster or something? Absolutely. But is that another massive barrier? If you guys are trying to begin this, I always recommend the easiest, shortest path to a win, right? You don't start by investing $10,000 in equipment when you've never done videos before. You start by getting the shortest weapon to the closest target, right? It's a Bruce Lee, Ruben quotes all the time. And that's what we're talking about here. Everyone has this short weapon, close target. Everyone has the teleprompter. Again, it's accessible here. And so that's why I want to show you guys these types of small strategies, these little tweaks that increase the quality of your message, increase the quality of the first impressions you can make with just small little adjustments, right? We're not talking massive investments, complete overhauls of strategies, nothing like that. Small incremental improvements. Guys, if we can improve 1% per day, right, you're 300% better or more in a year, even if you take 60 days off. So that's really the idea with what these coaching sessions are about as well. Whether you're attending this for the first time, watching it live, or watching this pre-recorded video in the past, that's exactly what the purpose of these sessions are. It's to get 1% better every lesson that you learn, take the things that work for you that apply to your business and make them your own, right? Blueprint method is what we always quote. See what's left success, see what works for you, and then apply it to your own business and practice and sort of your lifestyle. Maybe you don't want to do social media videos of your face. There's other options now, right? You can use a screen, you can use some AI stuff, and that's all quickly changing as well. So this personality connection, though, that's existed for a long, long time. And in my prediction, even coming into the near future, this is what's still going to have value, right? If you can convince, motivate, inspire, if you can communicate well in person, it's going to be a long time before that is replaced, right? It's not a long time before video is indistinguishable, where you won't know if this is a real person or not. Probably not very long, few years before then. The other part of it, though, in person, which almost all of us here, Bill, I know you deal with people in person sometimes, Jai, Sean, Ted, my live folks, everyone in real estate has to deal with people in person. So that's where we're investing in those skills, right? Being your ability to be in person, to put yourself out there, to reach more people. Invest in those skills, because that's what's going to protect us and ensure our value as a producer in society for at least the next few years. Time will only tell for the far future. Anyways, guys, this is your opportunity to invest in yourselves. 1% a day, small improvements, like using a higher quality camera that you already have access to. You didn't even have to make any other investment. Just a little change in your setup. So anyway, guys, that's everything for the recording. Thanks. We'll see you next time. And join the live training or Dubb for free if you haven't checked us out already. Thanks. Stop.
Recording stopped.
And we'll go ahead and end the live. See you guys. Wait, stay and then end stream. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.